Outer Wilds is a puzzle adventure game about space exploration. You're an unnamed astronaut with a spaceship free to explore the entire solar system. However, you're stuck in a time loop and you have to figure out what's going on. After a certain time, the sun will go supernova, resetting the loop. This time loop is the core mechanic of the game. Once the loop ends, or if you die, you go back to the start and have to do it all again. Or well, not all of it, since your spaceship has a log containing all entries that you've discovered so far. This log is persistent between time loops, so you can always go back to reread some info. It will also show you when there's more to discover about a certain place or subject, which can help guide you in the right direction. When you first wake up in the game, you have to collect some launch codes for your spaceship. This serves as a small tutorial where you learn a bit about the solar system you're in and the tools you have. Luckily, you can skip all of this after the first loop. The solar system is really nicely designed, with various planets and moons which each have their own interesting properties and characteristics. Some planets also change over the course of the time loop. Each new planet you land on has a bunch of places to explore and lore to find. The planets are all fairly close together, so traversing between them with your spaceship is pretty quick usually. Controlling the spaceship can be a bit tricky at first, since it's 6 degrees of freedom flight, and the same goes for using your jetpack in zero gravity. Once you do get the hang of the controls, it's really enjoyable to just fly around and enjoy the views. Besides, the spaceship is very sturdy, so crashing into mountains and such is usually something you can recover from fairly quickly. The spaceship also has a couple of tools that make navigating between planets a bit easier, such as a lock-on system and an autopilot which can mostly take care of flying towards a planet. One small gripe I did have that's also inherent to the time loop mechanic is that the timing for the supernova can be really annoying, such as when you're reading some new information. In most cases it's fairly quick to get back to where you were though, but not always, since some locations are only accessible in certain parts of the loop. The puzzles are not super difficult, although I feel that some of the solutions are a bit on the obscure side. Even in the tutorial part I missed some information about one of the tools, which I only got a couple of hours in. I can't really blame the game for that though, since it's a fine line between giving too much and not enough information. While the game definitely leans towards giving less information rather than more, that's also what makes the puzzles interesting. And once you do figure out the solution to a puzzle, that's the best feeling. The game itself doesn't directly reward you for progressing, but knowing that you're one step closer in the right direction feels really exciting every single time, and it motivates you to keep trying and exploring more. The style, both in terms of visuals and music, is beautiful. Each planet has their own colors and style, from your vibrant home planet to dark and gloomy planets hidden in a layer of clouds. Each planet and certain parts of planets have their own soundtrack which will play when you're near it. All in all, it adds up to a super atmospheric experience. In conclusion, I'd give Outer Wilds a solid 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed exploring the universe and its mysteries. The art style is really nice to look at, the puzzles are interesting, and the writing is pretty amazing as well. There isn't a lot of replayability, since once you figured out the answers to all the puzzles, there is not much left to do besides trying to get all the achievements and maybe discovering all the bits of lore. I don't really see that as a problem though, since the game contains enough content to keep you playing for a while, which in my case was about 20 hours. If you're into games about mystery and discovery, I would highly recommend Outer Wilds.